Why bother playing the French Open now, because Rafael Nadal might not drop a set en route to what looks to an easy run to a ridiculous 12th title in Paris. The draw, which just came out, looks great for Rafa and equally horrible for his main threat Novak Djokovic. Roger Federer, of course, is a big story, and for his time away the tennis gods did him a solid with a manageable draw. Juan Martín del Potro also returns, as well as a growing number of younger players. But when all the red dust settles, it should be another Rafa win, as I just can't find anything to threaten him this upcoming fortnight. Can you? So, to the draw. Novak Djokovic quarter. I think this is by far the toughest section, with Djokovic, Alexander Zverev, Borna Coric and Fabio Fognini. Djokovic will open against the dangerous Hubert Hurkacz, then maybe Sam Querrey, followed by French vet Gilles Simon or Joe Munna. Fourth round will be tough against Coric, or perhaps Shapovalov, and then quarters against Zverev, if the German even survives a Dusan Lajovic upset bid. So for Novak, nothing easy really, but I got to think he'll find a way, especially if upsets do happen. There are also a bunch of good first-rounders with Shapovalov, Kyrgios, Norrie, Fognini, Seppi and Fritz Tomic. It's a fun quarter, but only one man can be left standing. The pick: Novak Djokovic Dominic Thiem quarter. The last 3 years for Dominic Thiem in Paris: semi-finals, semi-finals, finals. That's damn good, and I think he's in store for another good run. Thiem should be in business out to the fourth round, where he could collide with Gael Monfils, who also has a great draw. I like Thiem there, and then I like him to beat Delpo in the quarters and return to the Final Four. Delpo did well in Rome, and while I worry about the best of 5, I like the Argentines' draw with Nico Jarry to start a tough opener, then Mackenzie McDonald, Felix Auger-Aliassime in the third, before Karen Khachanov in the fourth. And that match against the Russian will wear him down just enough for Thiem to take advantage. The pick: Dominic Thiem Roger Federer quarter. Also in search of that second career slam, Roger returns to what looks like a favorable draw. Lorenzo Sonego is very good on clay, but I just think he'll be overwhelmed by the occasion and by the Swiss. Then Malik Jaziri, followed by another Italian, Matteo Berrettini. And it could end there. If not, then Diego Schwartzman finishes him off. I just don't see Federer getting through if the conditions are cool and damp and he's forced to play a 5-setter against one of these true clay quarters. And like Delpo, by the time he hits Schwartzman he may be running low. Plus, he's got the grass ahead, so why risk it? Anyway, so I'll go Schwartzman out to the quarters to face Stefanos Tsitsipas, who gets out of a tough section with Francis Tiafoe, Marin Cilic, Grigor Dimitrov, Christian Garin and Stan Wawrinka. Any one of them could emerge, but the Greek has proven to be a top-class player all year, and he'll have too much firepower and moxie for Schwartzman in the quarters. The pick: Stefanos Tsitsipas Rafael Nadal quarter. Nadal didn't need to be in the easiest section, but he got it. And as I said, he probably won't drop a set, with his opposition looking like 2 qualifiers to start, then David Goffin followed by Guido Pella in the fourth. In the quarters, I'll go Kei Nishikori, who edges out Daniil Medvedev for that spot. But by week 2, the injury-riddled Japanese will likely have something physically going sideways, and Rafa will roll. So unless there's some injury to Rafa, this looks like more of what we saw in Rome. The pick: Rafael Nadal semi-final. Djokovic D Thiem playing better tennis. Djokovic avenges French Open loss to Thiem back in 2017 and sets himself up just 3 sets from a second career slam and no slam. Nadal D Tsitsipas. Nadal gives another lesson to the kid who does get a set. Final: Nadal D Djokovic. Nadal too fresh, too hungry, make that a dozen, please. Yes, Djokovic can beat Nadal, he's done it before in Paris. But should they meet in the final, I just feel like Nadal will be in much better shape than Novak, who has a far tougher draw. And to me, that's the difference. As for outsiders, you do wonder about Zverev. Fognini has done well in Paris. Wawrinka, Coric, Delpo, Monfils are some others if the draw opens up. But it looks to me like the four best players during the clay lead-ups will keep the form in Paris, and I just don't see anyone outside of them, really 3 minus Stefanos, taking the title. Another factor, especially for someone like Federer, is the weather. Rainy and damp conditions will help some, hurt others. And the same goes if it's hot and dry, though the forecast for now reads more like somewhere in between. The tournament kicks off Sunday and concludes a few Sundays later. Vamos! Who's your pick to win the 2019 French Open? You might like. Wimbledon men's draw preview. Nadal falls with Federer. Murray in quarter of death as Roger Federer lost a step. His trainer Pierre Paganini is convinced that he has not. French Open men's preview. Nadal, Djokovic end up on same side of draw. French Open men's preview. Djokovic staring at Nadal, Murray then Federer for career slam. Can he do it? French Open men's seedings. Rafael Nadal top seed for a third time. Read more stories about French Open tags. Alexander Zverev, Daniel Medvedev, Dominic Thiem, Felix Auger-Aliassime, Gael Monfils, Grigor Dimitrov, Hubert Hurkacz, Joan Martín del Potro, Kei Nishikori, Marin Cilic, Nick Kyrgios, Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, Sam Querrey, Stan Wawrinka, Stefanos Tsitsipas. Don't miss any tennis action. Stay connected with TennisX. Follow at TennisX. Get the free TX daily newsletter. Sachs says, I think we all know that it's an extreme long shot for Federer. I think he's playing here to establish more match rhythm for one last shot at Wimbledon. May 23, 2019 at 6:06 p.m. RZ says, I'll have the racket bracket up by some point tomorrow. I think the foe starts on Sunday rather than Monday, so there will be less time to fill it out. May 23, 2019 at 6:25 p.m. Chrisford 1 says, Joker got screwed again. And if you think about it, all the possibles in the top half with Djokovic got screwed. Coric, Del Potro, Fognini, Thiem, Zverev, Khachanov, Monfils. May 23, 2019 at 6:42 p.m. Solomon Akegbu says, TennisX prediction always wrong. There's so many unknowns in this tournament. As a Nadal fan, this year is one of his weakest. We could see a Soderling. Have no idea who it is. Hope he wins, but so many could challenge for the title. Thiem and Tsitsipas are both playing well and Djokovic can always beat Nadal. May 23, 2019 at 6:42 p.m. Skeezer says, Joker got screwed again. Lol not. The only guys scary for him on that list are Thiem and Delpo, of which he is only going to face one of them and not until the semis. May 23, 2019 at 6:56 p.m. Tennis fan says, I don't see Tsitsipas getting through. Francis Tiafoe, Marin Cilic, Grigor Dimitrov, Christian Garin and Stan Wawrinka quarter. May 23, 2019 at 8:07 p.m. Kimberly says, I don't see Federer beating Nadal in the semi. Only one I think that really can take out Rafa on clay in a best-of-5 Grand Slam final if he is on form is Djoko. May 23, 2019 at 8:45 p.m. Tennismonger says, sadly, I'm not seeing much upside for Fed's campaign either. But as for challenges, Tsitsipas could be the new Soderling. May 23, 2019 at 9:04 p.m. Hoffer says, I'm more concerned of FAA than team. Never an easy draw for Delpo, but I guess last year's was enough. Even big-hitting Chilean Jarry is annoying for a first round. If Rafa doesn't get the 12th, then the hole he could create on his side would be the size of the biggest crater in the moon, so of course I'm assuming he gets to the finals. No. May 23, 2019 at 9:33 p.m. Ron says, my boy always gets screwed at the French. Had to play over 2 days against Murray and was totally gassed when he lost to Stan in that final, or else he'd have to by now. But who knows? Last year he made it to the quarters playing at 60%, so he should make it to the finals. The trick will be for Djoko to not get sloppy and get into long, drawn-out matches against the minnows so he can have energy for the semis and finals. Another French for the balding Spaniard is no gimme in a final against Djokovic. Djoko will be ready while Baldy might go into the final soft and untested. May 23, 2019 at 10:01 p.m. Ron says, "Can anyone tell me why the old arrogant one is even bothering to play this French? Best case scenario is that he makes it to the semis where Rafa will swat him away like an annoying mosquito, so what's the point?" May 23, 2019 at 10:07 p.m. Top story, Men's French Open preview, no one stopping Nadal, tough draw for Djokovic, let's block ads. Why?